The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally.
Uplifting WayFM.
News can be a little heavy, so we like to do news-ish. Here's Betty.
It's only mid-July and already many parts of the U.S. are experiencing record-breaking high temperatures due to the heat wave happening. Areas like El Paso, Texas and Phoenix, Arizona have been in the triple digits for multiple weeks in a row.
And they always do a news story where someone fries an egg on the sidewalk and stuff, but I mean, it's that kind of hot.
Yeah, it's just miserable. People in Florida are comparing the ocean to a hot tub.
Nice.
The surface temperatures have almost hit 100 degrees.
I find that so hard to believe. That's crazy. I was in the lake up here the other day, and it wasn't that hot. It was. There's that line between where it's refreshing and not refreshing. Mm-hmm. It's on the north side of refreshing. It's like, and you'd hit these little cool pockets that were like, oh, that's a nice little.
But
treat.
I would think too, like lakes here in Tennessee are different from the oceans in Florida because you got direct sunlight in Florida. Mm-hmm. In Tennessee, there's probably some shade there.
Yeah, I don't know what the reason would be, but yeah, my wife likes like water hot. Like we had a pool in Florida. We used to live in Florida. We had a pool and it had solar heating on it. You would think so you could swim in the summer. She would have it on in the winter. She would have it on in the summer and get the pool to 99 degrees. Like that's hot tub temperature. Then she would get in.
Ew.
Something's wrong with her.
Well, that's true.
And finally, you'll notice the employees at Target are looking a little bit different. Target has temporarily altered their employees' dress code to allow for shorts until things cool down. So they can't be wearing like basketball shorts or things like that, but they can be wearing shorts that at least come to the mid-thigh.
Okay, well, that's good. So now we'll be able to see all the Target employee tattoos.
Yay!
I don't know about you guys, but our Target is like the tattoos at our Target, like employees there is a lot. So that's good. It'll be nice to see some other artwork we haven't seen yet. Uplifting WayFM. This is the Wally Show. I think there's a little bit of a difference between men and women in that women like guessing games. I think, like my wife will ask me, "Guess how much I paid for this?" And I have, and she won't let it go until I actually hit the number to the penny. And Betty Rock did this with me the other day. She's like, "Guess who social media I got on?" And I'm like naming all these people that I think are cool or could have been plausible. No, you're not even trying. No, please, no. Okay. And she's about to explode. And then when she told me, I'm like, oh, I see why you're so excited about this.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I posted this photo of a candle that Wally got me from Buc-ee's gas station, okay?
100 pumps of glory.
Right. If you don't have one in your area, make a trip. Make it a family trip. It's worth the fun.
Saltwater taffy, cotton candy flavor, the best. Beaver nuggets, unbelievable. This place will change your life.
Yes, it is a gas station with a beaver as its spokesperson. But
and clean
still.
restrooms. They pride themselves on those.
I don't care if you need to go or not, go to the restroom.
Yep.
Anyway, he bought me this beaver nugget candle, so it smells like beaver nuggets. So it's like sweet and it's wonderful. Well, I lit it the other day and I thought, you know what, I'm going to post a picture of this on my stories. Right. So I did, and I tagged Buc-ee's in it. Buc-ee's reposted it on their stories.
They did.
Unreal.
I'm kind of a big deal.
You are a huge deal right now. You've already accomplished more than this show has done in how many years? 16 years?
I don't even know, but Bucky the Beaver knows who I am.
I know
my name. I can now die happy.
Oh, so good, especially for someone that lives in the social media world. Like, that's a big deal.
Gosh, it's a big deal.
I know that you're not alone. Like, I know that there are other people that constantly, you'll tag different companies, you'll tag celebrities. Like, you know, you're in a concert and you shoot a thing and you tag that celebrity, and then when they repost it or they, forward or whatever.
Yeah, or acknowledge
it. Yeah, it's like, oh man, that's really, you feel like a big deal. Mm-hmm. And so I would give you that space right now on the show to share your story, just like we did Betty, because she's super proud of this. when have you ever been reposted by somebody or some company and you were like, that was awesome. I'm glad that they saw that, and not just the angry ones about like Delta losing your bag. That was mine. They didn't share that one. But like some of the cool stuff like Betty's Bucky's experience. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. Because if you've thought, oh, no one's going to care about this, you are wrong.
We care.
Yeah, and Betty especially cares about this. So 855-33-WAY-FM. So have you ever posted something that like a celebrity or company, acknowledged or reposted?
Absolutely did. So our little small town has a hay bale trail where the small businesses create sculptures and like different characters out of hay bales. And so I did the hay bale trail and took pictures of all of the cute hay bales, and News Channel 5 posted my post.
What?
And I I felt so famous. I felt acknowledged, and my intentions were absolutely to draw people to our small town because most people don't know about it, and people go through months of work on these hay bales, and that News Channel 5 reposted it. I felt like a superstar.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Did anybody stop you and ask for your autograph?
No, I sure wish. I probably would have had my own starstruck.
Well, Brianna, I am happy that you're happy. I'm happy for you. Well, hey, we appreciate you being on the show with us today. You can add this to your resume.
Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Lacey, she said that her daughter was running for middle school class president and did a Duck Dynasty theme, and the cast from Duck Dynasty, they actually commented.
That's pretty cool.
That
Like as a
cool.
kid, you're like, what? I can't believe that. And you know that like social media stuff, Betty does all of ours, and it takes a lot of work and a lot of time, and a lot of people have one person that's their only job is to manage their socials and look for things that are being talked about, and so it still feels really good when somebody like reposts your stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then Aaron, he said he posted a cover of Zach Williams' Less Like Me, and Zach Williams actually shared it to his own Facebook page and gave him a shout out.
Nice! That means Zach Williams wasn't threatened. Yeah, he's like, yours is good, son, but I'm the OG Zach Williams. No, I think that's really cool that he is like, hey, I'll post somebody doing my song, on my stuff.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to do that.
No,
It takes
absolutely
the time.
not. And that's really cool. So there you go. It's a lot of fun, and it always feels good when somebody acknowledges something that you've posted. Uplifting Way FM. This is The Wally Show. And sometimes there's a perception of Christians as being known more for what we're against rather than what we're for. And there's a reason for that perception. In some ways, we've done that to ourselves, And so this is what's really cool about our world's biggest baby shower. It's a chance to say, hey, this is what we're for. Yeah, there are things that we're against, absolutely, and they're godly things, but this is a chance for us to do something tangible and live out our faith together. Last year we did the world's biggest baby shower and it blew up. So many diapers and wipes, formula, and gift cards were donated by people. I mean, $30,000 in gift cards were donated last year.
Wow.
We want to beat that this year because what you're doing is you're helping women in need and helping care for their children when they're in a, situation that isn't ideal for them, and you get to help be part of the solution rather than just involved in the discussion. And that's why I love this. It's living out your faith.
So if you'd like to be a part of the solution, just text the word baby to 91979. When you do that, we will send you a link of the places, of the things that are needed, also the places where you can drop that off as well.
And we've made it super simple too. Like there's even like an Amazon link, and so if you want to just fill up a cart and send it, like you can do that as well. So however you choose to get involved, if you've ever wondered, well, what can I do about these big issues like this? And can I help somebody directly? This is a great way to do it. It's a great way to live out your faith. We're proud to be part of the world's biggest baby shower with you because we can't do it without you. So if you'd like to get involved, like Betty said, it's so simple. Just text the word baby to 91979 and we'll send you that link.
It's easy to let the fear of the unknown keep us from doing something that is good for us, but going back to school might not be quite what you think.
Yeah, one of my biggest fears going back to school was I'd have to watch a ton of online lectures, and I kind of have a problem staying awake during stuff like that, but it was so different than I had imagined and way better.
Yeah, for sure. I thought I was going to have to take a bunch of tests, which I am not a fan of, but instead I was able to write papers, which for me was way better.
Plus, you have the flexibility to work in school around your work and life schedule. Another big fear I had is, what if I don't understand something? What do I do?
Yeah, CCU, they foster community with your classmates, and they are a great resource. And Colorado Christian University has very responsive online professors who are there to help you so you are never alone as an online student at CCU.
Learn more about how you can pursue your passion and find your calling with Colorado Christian University at ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a nonprofit impact partner committed to cultivating the mind without compromising the heart.
Uplifting Way FM.
News can be a little heavy, so we like to do news-ish. Here's Wally-ish.
The war is over. Sadly, not the one in Ukraine, but the taco war is over. For years, a company called Taco John's owned the copyright for the phrase Taco Tuesday.
Oh.
Yeah, which meant like no one could use it in their marketing because they had lawyers that actively protected the copyright. So Taco Bell has been furious about this for years because they
Rightfully so.
And they're much bigger, and they're like, we're the 800-pound taco that should be able to do what we want to do, and so they couldn't. And Taco Bell, they've been infuriated with this. They even had LeBron James tried to get Taco Tuesday for himself. Like, they did a whole campaign about that because he loves tacos and Taco Tuesday. So they called on him to help out and stuff. And so they've been going at this for a while. And it turns out that Taco John's is going to voluntarily abandon their claim to the famous phrase.
They just needed to be asked nicely. Did anyone think of that?
Yeah, maybe. But no, that's not why they did it, actually. They said that they've been doing this for a long time, and the fight has cost them so much money with lawyers. They're like, we could use this money to do some good instead. So what they're doing is they're abandoning the phrase to draw attention to a nonprofit organization that supports restaurant workers. Like, I love that. Said, we've always prided ourselves on being the home of Taco Tuesday, but paying millions of dollars for lawyers to defend our mark just doesn't feel like the right thing to do. So instead, they've donated $40,000 to children of restaurant employees, and they're calling on Taco Bell. They're challenging them to do the same. They say, it's our litigious competitor. I love that they still take a swipe at them. We're calling on them to match the pledge, and we're even calling on LeBron James to donate the fees from his recent Taco Bell advertising campaign to this organization, and to invite other fast food chains and local shops to do the same.
I like that because they're taking the focus off of themselves and putting it towards a nonprofit that's helping people.
Yeah, and it's good press for them too, which that's a good thing. And at the end of the day, Taco Tuesday, no one's living or dying over that. No. It's not worth it. But if you can do some good for people that struggle and provide a service that we all love, and so I think that's a good thing. And hopefully Taco Bell will follow suit, because Taco Bell has deeper pockets and could actually do something that mattered. Same with LeBron James. And so we'll see how that tracks out. But so now I guarantee you, though, Taco Bell's going to run with it. They might donate a little bit of money, but they'll be like, it's Taco Tuesday! And it'll be like a victory cry for them.
Random acts of audio.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and today's random act of audio comes to us courtesy of Tyler. Tyler Matthews says, hey, the Instagram of my youth group at my church, Elevation Church, decided to post this, and I wanted you guys to see it. I posted it in our potty group as well. What it is it's AI, so artificial intelligence. There's a lot of these going around right now where they can take audio from somebody and then make them sing other songs that they had nothing to do with.
It's shocking.
We did one with Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On and Freddie Mercury, and it was amazing because he's never sung that song before. But that's a computer-generated voice, not taking snippets of him, but emulating him.
It sounds just like Freddie Mercury.
It's got the vibrato and everything. And so this one was a little bit more fun that they posted. This is Plankton from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, the villain.
Yeah, the villain, the evil villain. And he is singing a worship song. Now, before we do that, I want you to hear a little bit of what SpongeBob, who has actually sang on, or Plankton, who's actually sang on SpongeBob before, sounds like so you get an idea.
F is for fire that burns down the whole town. Use for uranium. N is for no survivors. When you're
Plankton.
Okay, so there you go. He's the evil villain in
terrible.
SpongeBob. Yeah, it's great. But this is Plankton as a worship leader.
You will make way. Rise back away. You will make way.
I can't even tell what he's saying.
You will make a way. You will make a way.
Oh.
Which makes him sound insanely dramatic. This has been like blowing up the internet lately, where it's Plankton AI singing a ton of different songs. I don't understand what makes a certain thing pop out trend-wise, but this one was random to me.
It's definitely kitschy, and stuff. And so, hey, Tyler, we appreciate you sending that to us, though, for our random acts of audio.
It's today's Music Insider with Gavin.
TMI, my friends.
If there's anyone who knows what some of your most annoying habits are, it's going to be the people closest to you. And I would argue that wives and moms are probably the best at pointing those out / female coworkers.
No, I know.
In the room.
That have to spend 5 hours a day in the same 10 by 10 room.
It sounds like prison when you describe it. To me, it's heaven.
Yeah, best part of my day.
Yeah, me too.
But I thought it was hilarious when at a concert, the brothers from For King Country, the Small Bones, they actually had their mom on stage, and they were having a conversation, and it eventually got to her explaining something annoying about Luke, one of his most annoying habits. And
it said he's not Joel. That's what it is.
Yeah, terrible.
Joel's the favorite. Let's be honest.
She didn't say that.
But it's true. It's true.
You think so?
I do.
You think she has a favorite son?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
stop it.
I know. I'm just saying.
Don't start rumors.
I'm not. I'm just.
Okay.
I'm kind of on the inside of that family, and no.
You're not.
Do you want to know what the actual?
They all like
actually...
Ben. Ben's really kind too.
Which one's that?
He's not in the band. He runs stuff for the
Is he
band.
like a cousin or?
No, his brother. Like they have more kids. They got Rebecca and Ben. There's another daughter.
It's a big family.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, well, here was her actual answer of what she
love
found
that
annoying.
they do this. Like, they do like a question and answer with their mom.
Every mealtime, he's there drumming on the table. And noise gets to me after a while, maybe like a lot of other mums out here. And eventually I'd be like, just stop the drumming. And then
some might say it's worked out pretty well, though, right? I mean, it's been helpful.
Maybe.
Yeah, Luke's like, it's made me a career here, Mom.
It's going to take care of you at some point.
I get that. I think Betty probably gets this, too.
Gosh, I do.
I'm constantly moving, clicking a pen, drumming.
You're holding
like
the
something.
pen right now.
Yeah, and my leg, if you could see under the table, my leg is just shaking like at a million miles a minute.
You have a problem.
Yeah, but I've always been like this. My mom would share the exact same story that Helen did there because she would have to put her hands on me and go, okay, stop. You need to stop right now. Yeah.
I have to do that with you in meetings because you'll sit there and your leg will just be going back and forth.
Yeah.
And the whole room is shaking because of your leg.
Yeah, my wife we'll be on a plane or like sitting in a pew or something like that, and I'll be shaking my leg, and she's like, "Okay, you need to stop. You need to stop." I'm like, "I can't. It's just me. I'm an ADHD kid probably. Like before it was diagnosed."
This is a safe space then.
Yeah.
What's Betty's most annoying habit?
Oh,
Watch yourself.
That. That I can't be honest. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. And the other day, Betty Rock lost her ever loving after we had done an interview with Austin French, and we always videotape everything, and that'll be coming out. But the problem was she accused me of knowing that she had a black mark on her nose and not saying anything.
Well, because it was so obvious to me.
I
After
never
the
saw it.
interview, after the videos are taken, after the pictures are taken, and then I go in the bathroom and I look at myself in the mirror and there's this obvious black mark on my nose, and I thought, you're my friend.
Right.
You should tell me these things, and you didn't.
I didn't even notice it. That's the thing.
How can you not notice a blatant black mark on my nose?
Because the rest of the beauty surrounding it clouds
you
it.
can't. No, you're trying to
Gavin,
butter me up.
did you notice it, Gavin?
I had zero clue
Yeah,
that there
me
was
too.
anything ever wrong with Betty.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that it was that bad. I think you might be making it worse than it was.
I'm not. not. It was so obvious.
Yeah, I don't know. And so the interesting thing that came out of this, though, there was this girl, Libby, who's here from Fairtrade. She works with Austin French. And so Libby was here, and she goes, oh, yeah, that's my friend group's 5-second rule. Like, wait, what? Because I'm like, what is this 5-second rule? I've heard of it, like, with dropping food on the floor. She goes, okay, here's the deal. Because Betty's like, you're a friend, you should tell me. The way she does this with her friends is the 5-second rule is you tell somebody something if they can change it in 5 seconds, okay? So maybe you got something in your teeth. You tell your friend that.
But if it's a bad haircut,
you don't tell them because they can't change it. Now you're just a bad friend.
Right.
And so if it's something you can change quickly, in 5 seconds, let them know. If it's anything beyond that, like they've made a bad boyfriend decision, don't know. Not saying anything here, okay? So I thought that was a great rule that she and her friends have. So I am curious, and I think this probably happens within guys and girls, but I'm curious if women have more of these rules. Like, they're either unwritten or they're rules you guys all agree to live by as, like, your friendship code, and this is what you do. I would love to hear more of these from you, especially as a woman. Like, what are your rules inside of your friendships? Because this is one I'd never heard before. Fascinating to me. And I think it's a good one. If you don't have this one, institute it in your friendships. I will from now on with Betty.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention.
Now that it's too late.
Yeah, and we're not talking about your hair. So
hey!
I said we're not talking about your hair. 855-33-WAY-FM. That's how you can be on the show. We love having you on with us. 855-33-WAY-FM. What are those rules you and your friends have? We'll take yours now. So what is your rule for your friendships?
Well, this is actually a rule that my daughter has from her sorority group and living in the sorority house, and it's called silent friendship time. And this is when you and your friends just need a break from each other, but you're still all together. So you call silent friendship time, and you're together doing your own thing, and you have a nice little break.
Oh, I get that. So it's not like you're being distant from each other. So you're still having that connection, but you're just not having to feel the pressure of interacting. You can just do your own thing.
Exactly. It's understanding that even though you're friends, you still need a little break.
Silent marriage, not a bad idea either.
Yeah, and other friend groups, they have their unique rules, and that's what Amy said. She said in her friend group, if you call twice in a short time frame, it's an emergency. 1 call for a chat time, 2 calls for the world is ending.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I have to call Betty Rock twice if I have to get a hold of her because she has the Do Not Disturb feature because she takes a nap almost every day at 3 o'clock.
And it better be an emergency because if not, you're going to get hurt.
Sometimes it's just to see how you're sleeping. Like, are you good? Are you getting the amount of sleep in your nap that you wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes my concern and my care can be a little much. I get that.
Yeah, a little smothering, if you will.
Yeah, I care too much. And if you know what? If that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
And now for some good news.
Uplifting Way FM. This year's The Wally Show with a little good news. Giddy up 3 rapid-fire good news stories designed to make you feel better about the world we're living in because the regular news can be a bit heavy, divisive, and a bummer. So, Gavin, we're going to start with you. Good news, Giddy up, go.
There's a 15-year-old kid. His name is Roman. He has this rare genetic condition that's already burned out his kidneys. So his parents have been scrambling to find a donor until they recently got a call from one of his teachers, which I think is cool. So his math teacher, Eddie, secretly went out and got tested, spent 5 months jumping through all the hoops to donate.
Oh, wow.
He planned to remain anonymous, but figured Roman's parents might want to know who the donor was. They were obviously ecstatic. The surgery is happening soon, and it's happening at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. But I just love hearing that story of teachers who already step up and do something great for kids by teaching them, going above and beyond like that.
And that must say something to the kind of student the kid is, too. True. That you're willing to do that for one of your students. That's a big deal as well. Betty Rock, good news, Giddy up, go.
Arthur Walters Jr., he is a World War II vet in D.C., and he's celebrating his 104th birthday.
Holy moly.
That's a long time. And he's not on any medications, which is shocking. Yes, not on any medications. Here's his actual advice to young people. Quote, If there's something you want to do, then you have to be willing to work for it and sacrifice for it. And even if you fail a couple times, you get back up.
I love it. That's good advice. That's great advice.
From Arthur.
I just realized I'm 50 years younger than him, and I'm on 4 medicines. That's so bad. Kindergarten graduations are always so cute. You have kids standing up there, and one child staring off into space, one's waving at the camera, and yours is probably picking their nose. But then there's Jackson. Jackson is this little guy that gave a great speech that left people in tears at his graduation.
I dedicate my speech to good grades, all school awards, and my kindergarten graduation to my beautiful mommy, who I will always love and miss so very much. I know she will always be with me in my heart.
Oh, it's so sad. That's right. He dedicated his good grades, awesome awards, and his graduation to his mom, who will always love and miss. She passed away when he was 5, so just last year. But he used it as rocket fuel, and the little kid was the valedictorian of his class, and he's excelling where he could have easily fallen into, sadness and depression as a 5-year-old and where's my mom? But for whatever reason, this kid took it all and he's going to spend the rest of his life probably going down this path of I want to honor my mom, and he's probably going to be very successful.
Well, and that also goes to show who's ever taken the charge of raising him.
Yeah.
They're doing a great job.
Absolutely. So there you go. That's going to do it for your good news. Giddy up.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. If it's trending, streaming, or starring, Betty Rock's got it. On The Rock Report. Hey, Betty.
Getting that first big paycheck after hustling in Hollywood for years has to feel so good. You want to celebrate by buying yourself something to treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
I would.
Yeah, of course. I have a list of well-known celebrities and the first things they bought with their paycheck. I want to see if you can guess what it was. Oprah Winfrey, what do you think was the first expensive gift she bought herself?
She does her expensive gifts thing now because she's so bougie.
But that's now.
Right. So I would think she would have bought herself a nice car. Remember her whole thing? You get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Maybe cars were important.
I'm going to tell you to go a little bit lower.
Lower. Ooh. A really nice purse. Like a Louis.
Even lower than that. She went with Ralph Lauren towels.
Okay, all right, that's good. Treat yourself, pamper yourself. That's not bad.
Right. Now, Emma Watson, what do you think was the first thing she bought? Now, I'm going to say she bought 3 big things.
She went big.
Ooh.
Okay, a Harrier jet.
Oh, what?
A jet.
Oh, a jet.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that's what I would have got. She got a vacation home.
Kind of, sorta.
Oh,
but not really. She bought herself a Prius.
Okay.
A laptop.
Okay.
And then she took her dad on a trip to Tuscany.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
There's the vacation.
Yeah,
part
I was like,
of that.
Yeah.
So far, how is this lining up? Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. And then finally, this one is so sweet. Sylvester Stallone. What do you think he did with that first big paycheck? And like I said, it's sweet.
It definitely wasn't acting lessons because he never got any better.
I bet he paid off his
Mom's
parents'
house.
Yeah, a house or medical debt or just some debt.
I could see that.
Well, it's on that level of sweetness. Before he got his big chances, Rocky, he was in a bind. He was short on money, so his best bet was he decided to sell his dog for $50. So when he got that first paycheck, the first thing he did was buy his dog back.
Nice.
And it's one of those big ones, like a bull mastiff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are huge.
And that dog is in his movies.
Oh, no way.
So,
really?
yeah, that's the dog that he bought back.
That's awesome. I'm curious how much he had to pay. Did the guy charge him double to get it back?
Yeah, I don't know.
But there you go. That is good. Yeah, I've always thought, what would I do if I came into a sum of money like that? And would I make good decisions if I was young as an actor? factor? And the answer is probably no. And so that's why
I'd go to Chick-fil-A and celebrate.
Yeah,
that's what
true.
I would do.
Yeah, see, you're very simple, and I mean that as a as a compliment. I would want to own a Chick-fil-A just so I could have it open on Sundays for me.
Oh, just for you.
Just for me.
Oh, wow.
And that's why the Lord doesn't give me money, because I won't use it responsibly.
I mean, it's crazy. We finish each other's
sandwiches.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and it's no secret we play a lot of great music here on Way FM, but how well do you know it? That's why we play Finish Each Other's Sandwiches. The way it works is we've each picked a song. We will sing a little bit of the song, and then we're going to stop, and you have to finish the line. If you can finish the line, you can win a prize, but you got to get 2 out of 3 right, and you do have to sing it, okay? And because there's no great singers here with the exception of Betty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, it's okay. You're in a safe space here. Here's an example of how it would go. I will start off here, and we'll play with Betty and Gavin. Go ahead and use your name as your buzzer when you think you know, okay? I speak the name of Jesus over you.
Betty.
Yes.
Gavin.
Betty.
In your heartache, in your something, I will ask my God to move.
You are close. You got one of the lines completely right, but I need a little more from you, Gavin.
I had a totally different thing in my head where I was like,
you did.
Like, with every blessing, you are
okay
giving. I am faithful. You are faithful and true.
All right. Well, let me. What if I did it this way? I pray for your healing, that circumstances will change. I pray that the fear inside would flee.
In Jesus' name.
Gavin nailed it, even with falsetto. I love it. I respect you going for it.
Interesting.
Okay, so that's how. No judgment. So
that's why we're not the pros.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna do this thing. Okay, that's a cappella style too. That's like, Katie Nicole had the advantage of having music under her, and we just crushed that with no music. Thank you.
Did we crush it?
Crush in a bad way.
Yeah, still crushed. Okay, it's just a matter of how you see it. Glass is half full, Rock. All right, so 855-33 Way FM. We have 3 songs for you to finish the lyrics to. If you can do it and get 2 out of 3 right, you can win a prize right now. So if you want to play, we'd love to have you. 855-33 Way FM. That's 855-33 Way FM.
I mean, it's crazy. We finish each other's
sandwiches.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Linda, welcome to Finish Each Other's Sandwiches. How many hours a day would you say you listen to Way FM?
Probably about 24/7.
Okay.
Really, I'm not lying.
Well, that should give you a really good leg up in this competition because you should know the music. So the way it works is we're going to sing for you a line of a song, then we're going to stop. You have to finish that line, and you do have to sing it. If you get 2 out of 3 right, you will win a prize. I think Betty's might be difficult, so we're going to start with Betty's first and challenge you a little bit. So Betty Rock, make with some music.
Okay, here we go. Hello, peace. Hello, joy. Hello, love. Hello, strength. Hello, hope.
Ooh, my goodness. Oh, and I know that song, too.
And I did it pretty well.
You did do it pretty well, but that was a tough one. You know.
Hello, peace. Hello, joy.
I don't think that's helping.
Hello, love. Hello, strength. Hello, hope.
Oh, gosh. Nope, don't have that one.
We were looking for It's a New Horizon.
Oh, hello. It's a New Horizon?
It's a new horizon.
Oh, thank you, Gavin.
Yeah,
okay.
I should help here.
Okay, that's Maverick City. Well, let's see if we can get you on the board here, Linda. We'll go with mine next. This is our God.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, sorry. I figured that was all you needed because it's in the hook. This is our God. It's that big Phil Wickham song. This is our God.
Yeah,
this is who he is.
This is how we saved us.
Yes, actually, that is right. It's a little farther in the song, but you didn't know where I was starting. Yeah, this is our God. This is what he does. He saves us. Phil Wickham. Woo! Okay, nicely done.
Okay.
Well, now you're just showing off, Linda. All right, so Gavin, you need to get this one right, Linda.
All right, I'm going to turn my man voice on for this one.
Oh, boy.
You are the light when my world goes dark. You'll hold me together when I'm torn apart. And when my thoughts have run way too far.
You're Oh, my gosh.
You're there, though.
Yeah.
You're
close.
Oh, I'm like, you know, that's the calm in the storm. And my help is, I don't know.
Oh, calm in the storm. That would be praise you in the storm, casting crowns. Gavin, finish it out.
You're the calm for my anxious heart. Ooh.
Yeah, little Jeremy Camp for you.
Well, you know what? It was fun anyway. I love the songs, and I guess it's maybe too early in the morning for me.
Well, Linda, you did a great job. We love having you on the show with us. Thank you for being on.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. You have a great day now.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. We have this really cool thing that if you need some prayer, you should definitely take advantage of.
Yeah, when you go to wayfm.com, there's a prayer wall that you can check out, and that's where people can post prayer requests that they have. You can read those, and you can also post one for yourself. And we've done this because it's a great way to help your faith out. I know, like Wally has said before, when you get stuck in your faith, it helps when you pray for others. And two, maybe you've got something that's on your heart and you want to share that. You want to get prayer for it, but maybe the people in your life, maybe those are the people that you're praying for. You kind of want to do it anonymously. And the prayer wall is where you can actually do that.
Yeah, and Michael, actually, he put his on there. He said, years back, my wife battled breast cancer. She ended up having a double mastectomy. And after years of being cancer-free with 4 kids, unfortunately, the cancer has returned. And that was my mother-in-law's thing. Like, every time she'd get cancer-free and, like, clear margins, it would come back, and it'd come back in the same place and super aggressive, Mm-hmm. And it was always so hard because you're like, okay, good, we're through that. And I'm sure for them, after 4, years of being free of it, to have it come back has got to be super disconcerting. Mm-hmm. And you're like, God, you brought us through this. And the thing I have to remember and inside of this is the same God that brought you through it the first time will continue to bring you through it the second time, and maybe the third time, and whatever it is, if you lean into your faith. And it's not always easy to do, and that's why the prayer wall is so great, because you were like, look, I don't have all the answers. I'm concerned. I'm scared. For my wife, and I'm having trouble trusting. And so by posting this on the prayer wall, all of a sudden you've got people praying for you, and you get notifications, that's the coolest part of this, is that so he posts this, and then sometime today, someone prays for it, his phone will go off, ding, and all it is just somebody prayed for you. Somebody prayed for you. And they're great reminders that you're not alone in this, and God is still there in this story, regardless of how it plays out or what it is,
Yeah, so if you'd like to check it out, text the word pray to 91979. That's pray to 91979. There you can read other people's prayer requests, but also post one of your own as well. Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.